So, if you can't see the whiteboard, you may want to spin around. So, I do not have a degree in business. I have a degree in theater.
Yay!
Right? So, if you if you think you can only do business, by studying at a business school, I can tell you that isn't true. I have never been in the situation that you've been in, although my parents did kick me out of the house for being gay. So, I was on the path. But I think that what's going on right now is that entrepreneurship is about taking charge of your own destiny. It's about being able to create when there are no other opportunities, and it's about being able to create opportunities when you even have other choices, but this is what you're passionate about, this is what you want to do. We're giving you this book because you spend a day with us, you're certainly not going to learn everything there is to learn. What this book is, and I found this book at a conference I was at, and I thought it was perfect for this, is these guys went and they did a series of videos online. And so each chapter you watch a video, and then you can do some of the work in the book. You can use the book, and it's going to take you through a lot more detail than we can cover in one day. So if you end up with something that you really want to pursue, hopefully the book can help you plan and figure it out. But the question that I want to start the day with is, how do you find a good business idea? So this is not easy. All my students come to me. They're like, Professor Deutsch, I just want 20 minutes of your time because I have this idea and I want to talk to you about it. And what they really want is for me to say, that's a great idea, go for it. And I don't say that. But I also don't say that's a horrible idea, don't do it. Right? Thing about business ideas is some things work for some people, some things don't. Some things work at some times, and some things don't. Some people can do some ideas that other people can't. So there's some ways to think about, is this a good enough idea that I believe in it enough personally that I want to move forward with it? So let's start with the word good and idea. Okay? What's your favorite product? Who's got a favorite product? Yes, ma'am. What?
Books.
Books. Okay. Books. And let me ask you a question. Do you like books because they have paper? Because they're heavy to carry? Why do you like books?
I like writing them and reading them.
Okay, so you read them, and what happens when you read them?
I want to buy more books.
Yeah, but when you read a really good book, what is it? What happens to you? Good business idea, books, read. What? What happens when you read a really good book? Anybody? Right, you're entertained.
It may give you knowledge.
It takes you away.
You learn.
It brings a movie.
Right? It gives you ideas. Inspiration. Might make you feel something. Right? So the first thing that I want to talk about is that we don't buy products for what they are. Any of you guys ever seen the commercial for the perfect push-up?
Yeah.
You know, those handles that you can use to get the perfect extension on your push-up. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? And they're like, it has steel ball bearings and padded handles, and it was designed by a Navy SEAL, right? You don't buy the perfect push-up, right, because it has steel ball bearings. You buy the perfect push-up because you can have a vision of yourself,
Be
right?
who
Right after you've used the perfect push-up, right? Hanging out on the beach and looking fine. So the first thing we have to understand is that when we're thinking about ideas for products and services, we can't just think about what it is. We have to think about why people care about it. What does it do for them? Okay? This is called a value proposition. Okay? This works for products and it works for services. Okay? So, who's your favorite hairstylist? Whoever's cheapest. Okay. So, that's cool, right?
Yes.
So wait a second. Haircut? Cheap? Right? Clean? Affordable?
And the quality too, you know, you got to stick with quality.
Now, any of you guys prefer not the cheapest? Right? Why? So you might actually pay a little bit more. Why?
Because if it's a high price, that means it's way better and it's gonna last longer.
Well, haircuts don't last that long because your hair grows, right? So, but he wants to be clean, affordable, right? You pay a little bit more. What are you hoping to get? You want to look good. And why do you want to look good?
Because you'll feel good about yourself.
You want to feel good, right? Right? So, we would not choose to buy a membership at a gym because it had treadmills and stationary bikes and weights. We would choose to buy a membership at a gym because we were trying to look good and feel good, right? All right, so what are we doing here? We're solving problems, right? Solve a problem, okay? Or we're creating an opportunity. Okay? Why do you love your cell phone?
Because they got the internet.
Because it's got the internet?
Music.
Because you can call people? Because you can listen to music on it? Solves a problem around communication? Creates an opportunity around entertainment? Right? Okay? So the first thing we want to think about when we think about ideas, that could potentially be businesses, is what is it doing? Is it solving a problem? Is it creating an opportunity? Sam's work doesn't solve a problem. Why do we buy art? Because it's beautiful. Because it's inspirational. Because it moves us. Right? Because it looks good in our apartment. Right? Because it sends a message. Good. Okay? So it's not about the paint Sam uses. Sam, do you paint? Yeah. It's not about the paint Sam uses or the canvases she chooses. Right? It's about what you feel when you look at her work. Okay? So what do you think is a good source for imagining good ideas?
The brain.
Well, yes, the brain is what we're going to use. Yes, sir. Heritage. Well,
What's in the man?
right, what we're looking for is problems, right? And
Little opportunity.
opportunities. Okay? How do we think about that? Yeah.
I think that the more valuable thing with art is that it allows freedom of expression.
All right, but why do people buy it? People don't buy it to allow Sam to have freedom of expression.
Well, art helps people live vicariously.
Okay. All right, so that would be they respect and buy into her message, right? And they want to represent with her art in their place or
Show what they have in common. And
Right. Right. That's the opportunity. But get away from art for a minute. Get away from art for a minute. Think about any kind of business. Where can we look for ideas? We're looking for problems and opportunities. So, do you guys have any problems?
I have.
You guys have any problems? Any problems at all? Yeah? Mm-hmm. Give me a problem.
Well, I was going to answer the previous question.
Okay.
You presented that.
All right.
It's just finding a norm. You said a problem. I was going to say that something that's a norm that needs to be fixed. Like, for instance, we were staying in Alaska or something, and the weather started changing because of global warming, and that's my opportunity to make thicker clothing or try something like that. Just find a common problem that all cultural backgrounds and all diversities can, like, all of that's money into, so it can be something that's marketable.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you that you're on the right track, right? So you want to find, there are often problems that are created by situational change, like you say global warming, making it colder in Alaska, or the weather's changing, situational problems. But when you said make it universal, make it so that everybody needs it, no. Why? Because you're entrepreneurs, right? Entrepreneurs start small. Every entrepreneur starts a small business first, right? Facebook, right? How did Facebook start? Anybody know how Facebook started?
Oh, no.
Hot girls at Harvard.
Yeah.
How hot is this girl in your class? At Harvard. Teeny tiny problem. Or opportunity, depending on how you want to see that, right? Alright? So you gotta start small. You gotta think small, think big. So what you gotta do is you gotta figure out something that you can actually see in your own life. Okay? So let's talk about where we can find opportunities for business ideas in our own lives. There are two places that I like to look. Okay? What? The news? The news, so unless it's connected to you, why are you the right person to make a business out of it? Okay, so we're going to talk about, what we're going to do first is we're going to generate some ideas, and then we're going to talk about how you evaluate them and choose one that you think might actually be useful. But I want to talk about two things. Pet peeves, shit I hate, right?
That's real.
And happiness. Happiness. Things I love. Okay? Problems and opportunities. Okay? I'll give you some examples. One of my big pet peeves. Where are my ladies? One of my big pet peeves. I walk into a ladies' room, somebody's dribbled on the toilet seat. That is nasty. And I don't even know what kind of shit happens in men's rooms. Right? So I would love to come up with a business for like a self-cleaning toilet seat, right? That so I like O'Hare at O'Hare, right? They got those things where the plastic covers go right. Okay. All right. One of the things that makes me really happy is meeting new dogs. When I'm out walking around on the street and I see a cute dog and it's friendly and I get to pet it and get to meet it for the first time, I don't know, I just get a jolt of happy on that. Right? So think about some things in your life. What kind of pisses you off? What kind of pet peeves do you have?
I don't like
My best friend.
You don't like dirt?
I don't like dirt.
You don't like dirt. Okay.
Peer pressure.
Peer pressure.
And Jesus Christ, I need it. Come over here with all that.
So, did somebody just say bad jeans? What?
Bad breath.
Oh, bad breath. Oh my God, that's awful.
Stupid questions.
Stupid questions?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is a such thing. People say it's not, but it is. Like, people ask dumb questions. Like, just stuff that just don't make no sense. Why would you ask them?
What?
Disrespect.
Disrespect. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Language.
Bad language.
You got it?
Bullies. Potential going to waste. Wasted potential.
/ education rate.
Oh,
What don't y'all look at me?
All these big
What was that?
Education rate / education rate for the waste of potential.
Oh, you mean the cost of education?
No.
Or education waste, did you say?
The rate, education rate.
Rate, the amount we pay for it, the...
I don't know how to describe it.
The graduation rate.
We can say graduation rate.
Okay,
There we go.
all
Graduation
right.
rate.
So wasted potential, like dropout, like high school. So one of the things we're going to do is we're going to take these, we're going to say, okay, where do we see this? How can we look at it in more detail, get a little bit more specific? So the graduation rates, the dropout rates in the Chicago public school system, something like that would be something we would want to look at. Okay. Things that make you happy. Yeah.
Babies.
Babies!
Right.
Oh, Cal, where's your baby?
Thank you for bringing our little man to us today. Hi, bud. I'm going to see you in my class in 25 years. All right. Yes, ma'am.
My best friend.
Friends.
Attractive.
Yes.
Good-looking people.
Hello.
Mhm.
Money.
Yep.
Money.
Money.
Oh my God.
Me and Dotto.
Here we go.
Let me ask you a question. I got this piece of paper in my pocket. Right. Does this make me happy?
No.
No.
What you can do with it makes you money.
Depends on what you get with
Money
it.
buys happiness. Money buys careers. Happiness.
So, is it the money that makes you happy?
No, it's not.
It's what you do with the money that makes you happy,
There's a number.
right? If I gave you a big pile of money, but said you can never spend it on anything, that's fine. It's just a big pile of paper in your room.
I don't have to sleep, but I can see somebody.
No, it's just a big pile of paper in your room.
It'll go right on the credit card.
You can sleep on it. You can eat it. That's right. You can wipe your ass with it, but you cannot spend it.
I'll lay on it.
I'll just take you to the store.
You get bored of it real quick. Right. So, money is not the end, it's the means to the end. What else makes you happy?
All evil.
Family.
Family.
I need some food.
How about
Okay. What else? What else makes you happy?
education?
Education.
College.
Okay.
Bank fraud.
What?
Bank fraud.
Bank rules?
Bank fraud. Yeah, it's like getting paid and you win some
Goes back to the money.
Right, but I'm saying like an actual 9-to-5 job.
Oh, a job.
Yeah. Actual 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
Food.
Boo. All right. So pick one of these. Pick one of these pet peeves.
Disrespect.
Disrespect. All right.
Oh yeah.
So now what we got to do is we got to say, okay, disrespect is a problem. Okay. But we got to work on that a little bit to get to something that could be a product or a service. Okay? So where do we see disrespect?
On the street. Everywhere.
Okay, but let's get a little specific. So we see it on the street when people, diss us when we're walking down the street.
In the job market.
Social
In the
groups.
job market.
Social groups.
At home.
In social groups, at home. Good, okay.
Medias.
Social media, okay.
The crab.
What?
The crab.
Yeah. Okay, where else?
Clubs.
Okay. So let's take one. Let's take social media. We see disrespect on social media. What might we do to address disrespect on social media? How could you do something about the disrespect on social media? Yeah. You block it. Okay? So what if we had a computer program that took all the disrespect on social media and put it into bright red letters and flagged it for everybody, and you could point a finger at whoever was writing that disrespect and everybody could comment on it? That'd be cool, right? So what we gotta do is when we think of a problem, we gotta dig problem? Do. Okay? Okay, because if our problem is really vague, like stupid questions, right? It's kind of vague. How do you know which questions are stupid? You may think I can't ask. You may think I can't ask this question. It's too stupid. But you know what? 6 other people in the room might have the same question because it's not actually stupid. So, you know, like, what can we do about stupid questions? Okay, so we're gonna throw that one away.
Stupid answers.
Right? Personally,
That's what I do.
I think stupid answers are a bigger problem than stupid questions.
If you ask the question that everybody should know already, why you have that understanding? Like, if everybody, anybody, a child probably know the answer to the question that you asked, but you actually it's still stupid.
Well, I think
nonsense.
one thing you might be saying is if you answer a question if you ask a question that you already know the answer to, you're wasting everybody's time, right? But we gotta know that person knows the answer to that question. All right, so like, excuse me, what do we breathe? All right, that's a stupid question. All right. How do you feel there? But you know, that's not a stupid question coming from a 4-year-old. Right? Okay? So, all right. So, pick one of the happiness family. All right. Okay. What about family makes us happy?
When we go home and eat.
When they're quiet.
We can go home. When they're nice to us. When we can see them.
When they're quiet.
Yeah. Okay. So, when they give us gifts.
Yes.
All right. So what if there was an app on your phone that allowed your family to pop you over a cup of coffee on your Starbucks card, or buy you dinner at Chipotle, or just whenever they felt like it, like a little gift that they could send you anytime? Would that be something that would be interesting to us?
Of course.
Yeah. All right. So what we got to do is we got to take these identifications of problems, these identifications of opportunities, right? And we've got to figure out what can we do with it. All right? Now there's one more thing that you got to think about. I said that's a good idea. You said, "Oh man, that's a good idea," right? Right? But is it a good business idea?
No.
Okay. What makes a good business idea?
How you can execute it.
You got to be able to do it. You got to be able to execute
It
it.
has to be
Hypothesis.
What's your hypothesis?
Just hypothesis. Like, break it down or whatever.
No, that's going to be all about how you do it, right? You got to be able to do it. There's no doubt about it. You got to be able to do it. But it's not going to be a business unless people will pay for it. Exactly. Right? If nobody will pay for it,
It's dead.
then it's just a hobby, a very expensive hobby.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I bet there were times when Sam felt like her art was nothing but an expensive hobby. Am I right? Yeah, okay. So, we gotta think about, is this problem or is this opportunity rich enough and interesting enough that people are gonna pay for it? Okay? Look, let me give you an example. I mean, my students are, you know, I got a lot of like really heavy-duty tech students, right? And they think that because you can make a program, you should make a program, right? So they're always proposing things like, we want to create an app that takes a picture of the food in your refrigerator and tells you what recipes you can make from it.
That'd be cute.
And I'm like, okay, just because you can make technology doesn't mean that you need to be doing that kind of stuff. Who's gonna pay for it? Right? Are you gonna pay for that app? Alright, so, you know, like, I keep seeing the same crappy ideas over and over again that nobody's gonna pay for. Like, how many of you wear shoes that tie? You got shoes with laces. You own shoes with laces. All right. Okay. How many of you hate it when your shoes come undone? drag through the puddles, gotta find some place to stop, tie your shoes. Pain in the ass, right? Okay? So, how many of you have bought a little plastic lock that you put over the knot on your shoe so it won't come on top?
I won't do that.
How many of you bought that?
No.
That product, that product has come to market 3 times in my lifetime. I'm old, folks, okay? I'm old. So that product has come to market 3 times in my life and has never succeeded. You know, you don't find them on the shelves today. Because it's not that big a deal. Right? If it was that big a deal, we'd stop wearing tie shoes, wouldn't we? There's other technology. There's Velcro. There's loafers. Right?
Not.
Right? It's just not that big a deal. So what we got to do is to find a business idea is we got to find an idea that's a big enough deal that people want to spend money on. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah? Don't tell me.
I don't know like what you would call it, but it's like when you said when you talking about it got to be profitable. Facebook is not profitable. It has like a lot of money, but when it first started, and even now today, anybody in this room can make a Facebook account.
Right.
And it was free.
Right. And it still is.
And it's still free.
Yeah.
But it's profitable now. Like,
So Donzel's asking about, like, how do you know at the beginning that your business can be profitable? Facebook was a free application for any college student who wanted to create an account, say about their single status, you know, post pictures for their friends, whatever. You know, that's all cool, but you don't make any money. So what did Mark Zuckerberg have to find in order to keep building Facebook? He had to find other people's money. Okay? Other people's money, O-P-M. Other people's money, opium. Very addictive stuff, other people's money. I mean, you get a little taste of that, you want more. So Mark Zuckerberg has to go out and convince people who are a lot richer than him that Facebook is going to be huge. They give him money to make Facebook. Okay? And then Facebook starts growing like crazy. He needs more money because he's got so many people on it that he needs bigger servers, he needs more technology people, he needs more opium. Right? Then all those people who have given him money are like, hey Mark, when are you going to pay us back? He's got to figure out a way to make money. So what does he do? He turns to advertising. Okay? But you can't build a business if nobody will pay for it unless you can get opium. Most of us can't get it. There are only a very few businesses that get it. So every year in this country, 600,000 people try to start a new business. Every year in this country, 600,000 people try to start a new business. You know how many people get opium? 10%. About 60,000. Alright? So, if you can't get opium, if you don't know rich people who will back your idea, right? Then what we want to think about, our business ideas, is that we create enough value in our value proposition that people are going to be willing to pay for it. Just like Sam. Right? Where's Sam? She's back there. She's hanging. Alright. What you guys are going to do, James, how long do they have?
We'll do like 20 minutes with the cylinders.
Yeah, so we want you to get into some groups. On page 6 of the book, you'll see in the dream section, and we're not going to do everything in this book, but you'll see in the dream section, on page 6, inspirational products and services. You know, why do you like them, right? And on the next page, what makes me frustrated, I'm going to say add or happy to that, right? And start to think about what are some ideas of things you could do to decrease the frustration or increase the happiness. And we want you to come out of your groups with a couple of ideas, and then we'll talk about how do you evaluate them, all right?